Hey, good morning. Chuck here with Apple Drains. Today I'm going to show you how to set up a zoeller sump pump and install it into a sump pit like it would be in your crawl space or your basement. Or you could put this pit outside in the yard if you have a low spot that you're pumping the water out of. So first we've got our Zoeller M53, probably the best pump ever made for dewatering the crawl space. We're going to open up the box, show you what's inside here. This is a Zoeller M53 and it's called a Mighty Mate. Great name because it really works great. It comes with a 9-foot cord. It has a single pull switch. As the water rises up in the pit, lifts up the switch, kicks the pump on. As the water goes down, kicks the pump off. Really great pump. You need a couple of things to set up your pump. First thing you need is a male 1.5 inch threaded adapter. This screws right in here to the discharge of the pump. And you want to get this in here hand tight, and then we'll tighten it up a little bit more. It doesn't have to be really tight. So screw that in hand tight. Next, we want to cut a piece of pipe that goes just above this bar. And the reason for that is because we're going to put a check valve on here. So let's just make a measurement. We stick the pipe in. We're just going to make a measurement, make a mark. Now we're just going to cut this pipe off to that length. So now we've got a piece of pipe that's just above that bar, as you can see. We'll stick it in there tight. Of course, we're going to glue this up when we're all done here, but we're just dry fitting things right now. The next thing that you need is a check valve. And the check valve only allows water to flow one direction. So as the pump pumps the water up, the water cannot drop back down and spin this impeller backwards. So that's pretty important. This comes with 2 no-hubs and clamps. We're going to put our no-hubs on here and we'll tighten them up with our handheld drill using a 5/16 inch bit, and I'll show you how this works. You can see the clamp has a little spot for it. Just put your 5/16 inch bit on there, power it up, tighten it up all the way, so as tight as it'll go. We're going to do that on all the clamps. Good idea to set your clamps the same direction so that it's easy to take apart in the future. But again, 5/16 inch bit, tighten it up all the way, nice and tight. Okay, now we're ready to put on the big clamp to the 1.5 inch. I usually just drop it onto the pipe, push down our no-hub. We make sure that our arrow is pointing upwards. That's real important. Double check that before you tighten things up. Now we're ready to tighten up the bottom clamp. Just as tight as that will go on there. Top clamp we're not ready to tighten yet. The reason why is because when we set this in the pit, we want to make a measurement that comes up out of the pit, and then it'll have a 90 that's going to turn and go through your wall. So let's go ahead and set that up for you next. Okay, so now we're ready to install our Zoeller M53 down into the bottom of the pit. Pump sits flat on the bottom. Go ahead and bring out your power cord, just let it hang out to the side. Now we've already cut a piece of PVC that's going to sit right inside of our check valve, and we will clamp that on. You notice that it's just above the top of the pit. We'll tighten all that up in a second. Once you've made all your final measurements and all your final cuts, go ahead and reach inside your pit, and with your 5/16 inch bit, tighten up these no hubs, these bands. Make sure they're good and tight. All the way, as tight as your drill will take it. And you're set. Put your lid on. Bring your power cord to the side so it comes straight up with it. This actually locks in place. Just twist it, locks in place, and you're done. Hey, this is Chuck with Apple Drains, reminding you that if you believe you can do something, I guarantee you can do it. Have a great day. Okay, so we've made our mark. You can see this is called a stab coupling. It's going to go right to there. We're going to slide all this in here, but first we have to trim the end of this off. And that's done with this tool right here. This has a little razor inside. This is 3/4 of an inch outer diameter. Slide it all the way in and start to twist it. Keep pressure on it. Keep twisting it. And you can see it just starts to peel it off. This will help it slide right into the coupling and make a very tight fit. Nice and trimmed off. You can see it's not flared, it's the opposite way. This will allow it to slide right into our... Find your mark. We've got to slide it clear up to that mark. Okay? We have to push against me, so... Right up to the mark. We're all the way in. Just double check it by pushing it down. There we have a stab fitting for your gas line. This is very secure. No gas can leak. Remember that little mark has to be right at the edge of your stab fitting for it to pass inspection. But that's how you fix a gas line. Real simple. If you have to do it yourself, this fitting costs about $17. You will need to get some pipe, because when you cut that, you can see we had this taped off, but this pipe's damaged. You're going to need a little bit more pipe to make your connection. Usually I put 2 of them on one side of the trench, the other on the other. Hey, this is Chuck with Apple Drains, reminding you if you believe you can do something, I guarantee you can do it. Have a great day.